John Boyd's story begins here on the sandy beaches of Lake Erie. It's 1943 and the world is at war. Boyd became a pilot, the greatest fighter pilot in American history. From the proving ground of the Korean War, he went on to win recognition as the flight instructor who defeated every pilot who challenged him in less than 40 seconds. But as good as 42nd Boyd was behind the controls of an F-86 Sabre, his mark on history came after he left the cockpit. He couldn't understand why the F-86 had a 14-to-1 kill ratio over the much superior Russian MiG. Boyd theorized the Sabre's bubble canopy gave U.S. pilots better visibility and therefore better situational awareness. He further assumed the full hydraulic flight controls allowed the Sabre pilots to transition from offensive to defensive maneuvers much faster than their Soviet counterparts. From these observations, he developed his energy maneuverability theory, or the EM theory of aerial combat. In a dogfight, a plane's ability to survive is based on speed and tactics. Boyd's theory explains how an aircraft performs in battle. Think of a jet fighter climbing, diving, rolling, and turning. The theory specifically defines an aircraft's ability to acquire and preserve specific energy. EM became the world standard for the design of fighter planes. The F-15, F-16, and the F-A-18 fighter aircraft all designed and built on Boyd's EM theory. Boyd expanded the use of EM and included it as a base theorem of military strategy. The new concept became the OODA loop for observe, orient, decide, and act. The OODA loop theory explains how to defeat an enemy strategically by psychological paralysis. OODA was used in Desert Storm, and former Commandant of the Marine Corps, General Charles C. Krulak, said, quote, "The Iraqi army collapsed morally and intellectually under the onslaught of American and coalition forces. John Boyd was an architect of that victory as surely as if he had commanded a fighter wing or a maneuver division in the desert." The OODA loop theory is currently being applied to economics, law, business, finance, and medical surgery. As a tactician, John Boyd is often compared to Sun Tzu, the world's greatest military theoretician, who wrote The Art of War in the 6th century BC. Colonel Boyd died March 9, 1997, at age 70. He was buried with full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery.